Hey, what's up y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And in this video, we're gonna be specifically talking about 3 advertising mistakes your church may be making coming up. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, this channel exists to help pastors and church leaders be more effective at social media and technology and reaching new people for Jesus. So what we want to do in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 3 advertising mistakes that your church is probably making, and we'll even dive into a couple of real life examples so you can identify what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to fix it. So let's dive in. All right, mistake number 1 is direct mail. Now, here's the deal. Direct mail used to be really effective years ago. So the problem is whenever your church does a direct mail piece, it's just simply hard to cut through the noise. So it's still really expensive, but the effectiveness is really low. So for example, I talked to a church here not too long ago that spent $9,000 on a mailer and got 2 visitors. Right? 2 visitors. That means they spent $4,500 per visitor. Let's be honest. They could have gone out into their city and they could have paid 200 people $45 a piece and they could have 100x'd their return. Right? So did it work? Kind of. Sure, they got visitors, right? But that's just way too expensive to actually be effective. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of churches that used Facebook ads instead of direct mail and how the two measure up. All right, so this is a church of 20 people that used Facebook ads instead of direct mail to connect with people who live within driving distance of their church and then invite them out to their Sunday service. So let's take a look at the numbers and see how it stacks up. So using Facebook ads, this church of 20 people had 283,000 impressions and they reached 92,000 people. Now, the difference between impressions and reach, that simply means that Facebook showed their ads 283,000 times to a total of 92,000 people, which means their frequency is 3.07, meaning the average person saw the ad just over 3 times. So, and the result is they had 1,892 prayer requests, and they had 209 new guests who planned a visit to their church. Right? So this church of 20 people had 1,892 prayer requests and 209 new families planned a visit to their church. Now, their total investment was $3,879, but that was spread out over several months. Right? So they reached 92,000 people. What would it look like if they had run direct mail? Well, if they had sent out 92,000 mailers, they would have spent $24,282. Right? So here's a church of 20 people. They got 209 new families to plan a visit to their church for less than $4,000, but if they tried to do the same thing with direct mail, they would have spent over $24,000. All right, here's another church of 40 people that used the exact same strategy and used Facebook ads to target people within driving distance of their church to ask how they can pray for them. Let's take a look at their numbers and see how that would have stacked up versus direct mail. All right, so this church of 40 people had 73,000 impressions. They reached 31,000 people. They had a frequency of 2.29. They had just over 1,400 post reactions, right? 420 comments, 90 people who shared the ad on their personal profile, and the total investment was just over $900. But the result was they had 22 new people join their church in the first 3 weeks. So they had even more visitors, but 22 people actually came out and then went through their membership class and joined their church in the first 3 weeks. So they did all of that for $919. They reached 31,000 people. Well, here's what would have happened if they would have sent out 31,000 mailers. They would have spent $8,663. So just over $900 on Facebook ads, or just under $9,000 using direct mail. And finally, here's a church of 120 people that was advertising a special event that they had coming up. They used Facebook ads and got 11,000 impressions. They reached over 8,000 people. They had 236 clicks to the website. They paid 33 cents per click, and their total investment was only $78. After spending $78 on Facebook ads, they had 47 new visitors that showed up on a single Sunday. So a church of 120 that spent $78 on Facebook ads and had 47 new visitors on a single Sunday. Now, their ads reached over 8,000 people, so if they had sent out 8,000 mailers, they would have spent $2,251. Okay, so I think this is pretty self-explanatory, right? If your church is using direct mail to try to reach new people, you're just using an outdated and ineffective medium. It just doesn't work like it used to. It's outdated, it's ineffective, and it's really overpriced. Now, before I get to my last 2 points, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got brand new videos coming out every single day, 5 days a week. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll get a notification every single time we drop a new video. All right, mistake number 2, boosting posts. Now, this is a mistake that a lot of churches make, but there's kind of a caveat to this, right? So here's the deal. If you're posting on Facebook and then you're paying Facebook to boost that post out to more people, that's a mistake if you're trying to reach new people. If you're trying to reach the people inside your church, that's actually a great way of doing it, right? So anytime you're trying to promote internally, meaning you're trying to reach the people in your church, maybe to invite them out to a baptisms and baby dedication service or some type of, membership only thing that you're doing at the church, boosting posts is a great way to do that. But if you're trying to reach new visitors, people who do not go to your church, then you don't want to boost the post. Instead, you actually want to use a targeted Facebook ad. So the difference is if you post on your church Facebook page, right, and then you click that boost post, or you get a notification from Facebook that says, hey, this post is doing 86% better than all of your other posts, why not put $20 behind it to show it to more people? That's a boosted post. But if you go to facebook.com/ads manager, you can actually set up a targeted Facebook ad. So Facebook ad is different than a boosted post. Again, boosted posts are great for reaching the people inside your church, but if you're trying to reach people outside your church to invite them, then you want to go to the ads manager and you want to set up a targeted Facebook ad. And finally, mistake number 3 is traditional media. So we're talking about TV, radio, newspaper, right? The bottom line is the currency of the world is attention, and people's attention just isn't there anymore. It's not that people don't read the paper or don't listen to the radio or don't watch TV, right? But think about it. Nobody listens to the commercials anymore. So even streaming services like Hulu have options where you can pay extra to not have to watch commercials. Right? I don't know about you. I always pay for that. I hate commercials these days. I cannot stand any type of program that makes me watch commercials. So if your church is investing in traditional media, what happens is you're probably putting a lot of time, money, and resources into a commercial that people are just fast forwarding through. Right? In fact, my guess is that most of the people watching this video right now probably haven't watched a single TV commercial for the entire year. Right? The only time that we watch TV commercials anymore is the Super Bowl. So investing your resources into traditional media just doesn't make sense because, again, the currency of the world is attention, and people's attention has shifted. It's now onto social media. So it just makes more sense to shift your marketing dollars to the place where people's attention already is. Okay, so we've been talking about 3 advertising mistakes that your church is probably making. But if you want to know how to use Facebook ads and social media marketing in order to get the word out about your church and to reach people where they are on social media, then simply go over to churchgrowthagency.com or click on the link in the description below. We have a free video that'll walk you through a 4-part blueprint for how to use Facebook ads to grow your church.